Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping market, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Barita Investments advised that JN Fund Managers is now a wholly owned subsidiary and is now being integrated into its network. This development follows receipt of a regulatory non-objection from the Financial Services Commission, which regulates the non-deposit taking financial sector. Barita's Chief Executive Officer Ramon Small Ferguson comments that the acquisition represents a further step in the execution of Barita's long-term strategy under the Cornerstone Group to strengthen investment management capabilities, broaden product offerings, and enhance long-term value for clients across Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. In connection with the change of control, Barita advises that Richardo Williams has been appointed Interim Chief Executive Officer of JN Fund Managers Limited, while also serving as Senior Vice President, Asset Management and Research at Barita Investments. The appointment took effect January 19, 2026. As we continue with our series with Forbes magazine top futurist, Dr. Claire Nelson talks how the diaspora can be a part of climate change planning within the Jamaican economy. Forbes magazine declared our guest one of the top 50 minds in futuristic thinking. Jamaican-born, US-based Dr. Claire Nelson is here with us to really talk about ways that the diaspora can move beyond remittances to assist in allowing Jamaica's climate readiness to be financed. Welcome, Dr. Nelson.
Thank you for having me, Madam Denise.
So let's just move beyond collecting $200 from a baby father. What's bigger out there?
You know, it has been years that the World Bank and all sorts of agencies and institutions have been studying how to capture more of diaspora remittances. Now, we all know diaspora remittances is really social safety net. People sending home to their families. At another level, we have diaspora remittances in the form of social investments through alumni institutions, medical missions, some churches, and a less few in the hometown associations. I think for me, I'm being very, trying my best to get them to think about a resilience initiative that would engage diaspora in a new way, working with the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange to create a finance task force that would find a way to capture that social capital investment. How can we support, let's say, alumni associations, even those who are not in association, but they still want to support their high school, to get the funding necessary to create fix the roofs, the churches, etc. From my vantage point, Jamaica has been talking about a diaspora bond for some time. I know the World Bank some years ago commissioned a study, but this has not come off, and I think in large part because they're looking at very high net worth individuals that are definitely looking for a return on investment. And quite often, some of those high net worth individuals are not that passionate about Jamaica. So the passionate people tend to be the working class and the middle class who belong to all these associations and organizations, and they're not going to take the risk of what they think are unsound investment in Jamaica. And there's always a lot of talk about where's the money really going. And so I think, yes, they can go the diaspora bond route, but I guess my concern right now is not for the big companies on the stock exchange and the government agencies, but my concern is about those MSMEs, those social sector infrastructure, the churches that have been damaged, which are part of the social capital, parks, sport fields, all the things that keep the social cohesion and fabric going. And I think diaspora remittances can be turned into community investment notes, perhaps, and some other vehicles, maybe small equity capital, let's call it trust funds, that could be invested in those things that might return investment. So let's say, for example, you had a cooperative of farmers, That might be a trust fund that can be invested, that you get a share in a trust. You invest it in a farmer thing, a farmer cooperative, preferably one as an exporter. And then you're going to get your money back because everybody knows how much yam and peppers and stuff we're buying. So we can see it and touch it in a long term. But this also could be like a community investment note where people are investing small amounts, $50 US, $100 US, not looking for any return. But of course you could offer like 0.5%. I've done it before with an investment note for people in Mexico. So I've been playing around with this idea. And then that can support like churches, which are, at least have some income, maybe small,
right,
and maybe never.
Right.
But I do think that there is an opportunity for us to explore and get support,
right,
for these experiments and moving forward.
All right. Well, a lot to think about. I like the idea. It's almost like a GoFundMe, but at a higher level.
And with the metrics and transparency.
The metrics and transparency.
So it's different from just giving a donation.
Right.
Because what will be required is for the NGOs and the community-based organizations and the churches to do a better job of data collection, data keeping, because our return on investment is not so it's going to be money. It's going to be the sidekick thrill we get from seeing moving from 0 to 100 people, or that the kitchen actually gets built and people are doing a little cook shops out of the kitchen that was built for people to use.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
For the trading period of January 27, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 13,220,063 units representing 31.36% of market sales activities. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited with 9,652,363 units representing 22.89% of market sales activities. Dollar Financial Services Limited with 6,040,273 units, representing 14.33% of market sales activity. Investor activity remained concentrated in transportation, advertising, and finance plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market, based on Bank of Jamaica data for January 27, 2026. Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. In the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $157.58 and buying at $155.99. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $1.78 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $114.55 and was bought for $112.77. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of 89 cents in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $214.83 and was bought for $213.94. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, climate change preparation requires real spending long before a disaster strikes, and your credit report plays a central role in making that spending possible. Investments such as solar energy systems, water catchment, home fortification, backup power, and rising insurance deductibles are often financed, not paid for in cash. A strong credit report lowers the cost of that financing, expands access to green loans and utility programs, and allows households and businesses to act early instead of delaying protection. By actively reviewing and improving your credit, you increase your ability to fund climate readiness upgrades at manageable terms, reduce future out-of-pocket shocks, and position yourself to absorb climate costs without destabilizing your finances. for our funded and focus feature. Your business bank account is the container for funding from government contracts. A separate business bank account improves transparency, simplifies audits, and builds trust. Government agencies expect procurement-related funds to be traceable. A business must demonstrate understanding of separating personal and business finances. This is essential for how it supports compliance, reporting, and financial credibility. As an example, mixing personal and business funds nearly sank our client Trevon during compliance checks. Professional advice prompted separation, improving transparency, and audit readiness. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital, markets, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.